You know when you see a flower arrangement that just stops you in your tracks? It's perfect. You might think it's just magic, right? But what if I told you there's a secret formula, a kind of hidden logic that turns a bunch of flowers into a work of art? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and find out what it is. Okay, so look at this. This is so much more than just a decoration. We're talking about a massive, super complex installation. It's like part architecture, part sculpture, and every single piece is there for a reason. The amount of skill and pure intention behind this is just incredible. So welcome to the world of elite floral design. Yeah, it's a thing. This is a world with its own masters, its own rock stars, really, and they gather at these huge, prestigious events like the AIFD National Symposium, basically to share their secrets and figure out what's next for their craft. And that's what gets us to the big question, right? What's the difference between a nice bouquet and one that's absolutely breathtaking? Is it just some artistic sixth sense, a gut feeling? Or could there be something else going on, like a hidden code, something our brains are literally hardwired to see as beautiful? All right, to crack this code, we first have to get one thing straight. This is not just about plopping some flowers in a vase. No way. This is a serious profession, and it's built on some seriously deep knowledge and skill. Just look at the complexity here. I mean, the different textures, the way the colors play off each other, the actual structures they're building, every single element you see is 100% intentional. These incredible pieces are planned out meticulously. It just goes to show, at this level, nothing is an accident. And all that precision, that planning, it leads us to our first huge clue. Because, get this, it turns out some of the most basic rules for what we find beautiful don't come from an art studio. They come from a math textbook. Yeah, you heard me right, math. And this isn't something floral designers just made up. Nope, it's a principle they're borrowing straight from nature itself. Think of it like a secret mathematical language that decides the shape of a seashell, how a tree branches out, even the pattern of petals on a flower. It's called the golden ratio. I'm sure you've probably heard of it before, right? It's this one special number, about 1.618, that for whatever reason our eyes just love. We find it naturally beautiful. For centuries, I mean centuries, artists and architects have been using it as their secret blueprint for creating something perfectly balanced. But here's the thing. The golden ratio doesn't just exist on its own. It's got a super famous mathematical cousin, a sequence of numbers that I guarantee you've seen before. The Fibonacci sequence. It's so simple, really. Each number is just the sum of the two that came before it. So you have 1 plus 1 equals 2, then 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, you get it. But here's the really wild part. If you take any number in that sequence and divide it by the one right before it, like say 13 divided by 8, the answer gets you crazy close to that golden ratio. And this visual just explains it perfectly. Look, if you build squares using those Fibonacci numbers and line them up, you can draw this perfect, beautiful spiral right through the corners. And this spiral? It's everywhere. It's the shape of a nautilus shell, the swirl of a hurricane, even the shape of a galaxy. It's basically nature's blueprint for balanced, beautiful growth. Okay, so we've got this universal code for beauty. That's cool, but how does a floral designer actually use it? Like in the real world with real flowers? Well, it's actually way simpler than you might think. It can be as simple as this: 3, 5, 8. Do those numbers look familiar? They should. They're right there in the Fibonacci sequence. This is a super practical rule of thumb that designers use all the time. The idea is your vase is 3 parts high, your flowers are 5 parts high, and the whole thing together is 8 parts. It just creates a proportion that, well, it just feels right to our eyes. All right, now look at this design here. Can you see it? Can you see that proportion? You've got the red vase as the base, and then that incredible explosion of flowers on top. It's a textbook example of that natural, super pleasing ratio in action. So, and this is the really important part. This isn't just us looking at a pretty design and making up a rule after the fact. No, this is a deliberate, fundamental technique that's actually taught and used by the pros at the very top of their game. And if you need proof, here it is. These are actual workshop titles from that big AIFD symposium we mentioned. Understanding Fibonacci, Fibonacci sequencing in everyday design, radical creativity with the golden ratio. I mean, come on, they are literally teaching the code. But hold on, a beautiful design isn't just about a math formula. That's like the skeleton, the foundation. The rest of it, the soul of it, that's built by this massive, innovative, and incredibly supportive global community. Think about it. An artist can't create in a vacuum, right? They need their tools, their materials, and behind every single one of these amazing floral designers, there's a whole network of partners. We're talking growers in places like Hawaii, tech companies, people who make the vases, and even the big delivery services like FTD and Teleflora that make it possible for us to see this art. And these artists, they are always pushing the envelope. They're not just sitting around repeating the same old formulas. Just check out some of these other workshop topics. Triangular chaos. How cool does that sound? Evolving shapes, botanical structures. They're always experimenting, always looking for new ways to create. And this, to me, is where the whole industry really shines. It's all about this incredible balance. On one hand, they're honoring these ancient, beautiful traditions, like the Hawaiian art of laymaking. And at the exact same time, they're running tech workshops and getting really serious about using sustainable, earth-friendly materials. It's this perfect mix of old and new. So where does that leave us? After all that, what have we really learned? It's time to put all these pieces together and maybe, just maybe, look at a simple vase of flowers in a completely new way. Because the secret, as it turns out, isn't just one number or one simple rule. It's a harmony. It's that beautiful sweet spot where an artist's intuition meets the universal language of math. It's the sturdy structure of science giving the artist a canvas to just be free and create. And it's just a beautiful reminder, isn't it? The same patterns that we find so pleasing in art are the exact same patterns that build our entire world, from the tiniest flower petal all the way up to the biggest galaxy. It's this hidden harmony, and it's all around us, just waiting for us to notice. So here's my challenge to you. The next time you walk past a cool building, or you're looking at a painting, or even just see a simple bouquet on someone's table, take a second and really look. Now that you know the code, where are you going to see it next?